and we will dispense with the chit-chat and get right to it. We're going to talk for a while, as long as it lasts, as long as it's fruitful, to talk about the facts as we know them surrounding the arrest for drunk driving of Justice Nora Longoria. And, well, I will wait to give the background, and I'm trying to be just factual, not give opinions as to, although I happen to think, and maybe I'm naive, that if you do something wrong, if you offend, if you get caught drunk driving, you go and you're really sincere about your apology, I think people are very forgiving. I think Valley people are very forgiving. I don't think, as she was reported to have said, it's my life is over. No, you're not. You're a young woman, attractive woman, comparatively young, attractive, must have some skill, must be good with people, or she couldn't got elected. So no, I don't agree with that at all. I just think, every family's got something.
Well, according to the comments on YouTube, and I told you earlier, the video that Action 4 News put out has over 630,000 views already.
All right, let's see. We have the District Attorney of Hidalgo County on the line. Rene Guerra joins us again. Thank you for doing that, Rene.
I should be a guest host, I think, or something.
Well, I'll submit the paperwork to get you a fee, and we'll see how.
Okay.
We'll see what Payables does. Let me see if I can recount the facts that brings us back to this point. When we talked with you last week, the charge in the county court at law judge in the county court at law was dismissed on the district attorney's motion because you said there was not sufficient evidence to convict her. That all the video that you had was of Justice Longoria in the McAllen Police Department. She got caught for pulled over for speeding, and then the cop arrested her for being drunk. The only video was her in the police department, and she did not look drunk, and you didn't think you could then win a conviction. Yeah. And there was no dash cam video, you said, at the scene. Well, somehow Channel 4, and I don't know who else, don't know who else.
The video was released Friday night.
Okay. All right. Well, that was that. So she does look like she's having trouble walking a straight line.
Sure.
So how come you didn't know when we talked on Friday that they had this video?
Well, the history of videos from police departments is that they send me videos with different sections of interviews, either out in the field or out in the booking room, or maybe in the back seat. I saw that in the sheriff's son's case, where they had the video on the back seat, and then they showed the video in the booking area. Mm-hmm. Now, when you click on my computer or on our computers, and you can see our video, it had 4 entries of information reference to Nora Longoria. Now, Judge Longoria. Now, when I clicked through them, 3 of them showed the same in-jail video that was forwarded to us. Now, I was not aware of any dash cam video, and it might have been an oversight on my part, but I thought that McAllen had sent everything to us that we needed to see. Now, I found out from Channel 5 today that McAllen has a policy that I have to request the dash cam video from them, otherwise they will not send it to me. And I found that kind of laughable, and I called it a lie. Why should I have to contact McAllen to send me evidence of incriminating nature on cases when I receive hundreds of cases from them?
Have they always had that policy?
I don't know, Davis, to be honest with you, and maybe my people have catered to them and saying, we need for you to download a dash cam video on this case and what have you. I wouldn't ask my people to do that. I think McAllen Police and any police agency in this county is obligated to send everything they have in reference to a criminal case to the district attorney's office, not only for the prosecution of the case, but also to make sure that we don't have exonerating evidence back at the police department that they would refuse to send over. Now, I don't know if this deal may have a background back to 1977 when McAllen police officers were beating up on prisoners. Okay? And I don't know what they would be hiding if we had to request everything that we're supposed to know they have. And I don't know how
but you handle a lot of felonies for.
You would think, though, but you would think that if somebody it's stopped and they have all these videos, the DA, you would just think that they would turn everything in, including a dash cam, without having to be asked.
Well, that's the assumption that I was working under when I reviewed the darn video here in my office, that I thought that there was all there was to it, because I opened up every section of the video. That is going to be shown on Channel 4 and Channel 5, because I gave him access to my video that clearly shows we don't have the dash cam. But then Channel 5 reports to me that McAllen has a procedure that a police officer cannot download the video from the dash cam, that it's got to go through IT, which made me angrier, that if McAllen went out and bought a system that is not accessible other than by request within their own department. To me, that I found that very ludicrous and very.
But you don't know if that's been the policy that the DA's office has to request.
I didn't know that.
But then that goes to think, like, all the other cases that people have gotten stopped for DWIs, have they had to request a dash cam, or is it automatically?
Well, the ones that I've reviewed, the videos that I've seen from various police agencies, they come in with a package. I don't necessarily have to request them. Now, it may be that my officers who are preparing the cases for filing may have had to request some of those dash cam videos, but I did not know that that was part of the procedure.
Yeah. Do you intend to find out what the procedure has been in the office in dealing with McAllen PD to find out whether this was a singular circumstance or whether this is just a routine and you didn't know it? Because
to be honest with you, after all this publicity, I think it's incumbent on the police department, to do their own examination and for them to decide what is in store in the future, reference to this kind of mess.
Right.
Okay, to me, I mean, I'm out on December 31st, as you know it.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that future DAs and other people have to deal with them, and all these police agencies, they need to look at some of these policies and say, look, we're still operating in 1982 when Mr. Guerra first started office, when he only had about maybe 10 employees in the office, to now where we have 59 lawyers.
We're talking with the Hidalgo County District Attorney Rene Guerra.
Mr. Guerra, now I have a question. So, what happens next for Judge Longoria? I know that I was told you cannot charge someone for the same thing twice. So now that it's...
We have negotiated the case, and in this case, whatever is done is done. Now,
so you don't intend to refile anything?
No, I don't.
But she's eligible to be refiled against, isn't she?
I don't think so, because when you work out a plea bargain with a defendant and they honor it, I think you're bound with what you negotiated.
What was the plea bargain?
The plea bargain was to reduce it to a speeding ticket, $500.
Oh, okay. This is news. This is news to me. This came out of left field to me. So you reduced to a speeding ticket.
Well, that's what he was charged. He stopped her.
So she had that charge too.
No. They did. See, ordinarily the police department officers are instructed not to file any PI or traffic offenses, because we don't want them to carve an offense out where it would be double jeopardy. But once we negotiate the case, if we feel that a PI and the probable cause for the stop are in order, then we file the charges ourselves and send them back to municipal court to go pay the fines over there.
So she has a speeding ticket in municipal.
The city gets the benefit.
Will she have a speeding ticket then in McAllen Municipal Court?
It should be.
And the fine is $500. Well,
plus court costs.
Well, can't the municipal court make a different arrangement, or they?
No, because that's a negotiated plea.
So is it true that you can't charge somebody for the same thing twice once the charges have been dropped?
Let's say that double jeopardy is, let's say you get charged with murder, or somebody gets charged with murder, and the DA decides to accept a plea bargain of manslaughter. It's a reduced charge. The person pleads to manslaughter. You cannot go back and charge murder, because you got new evidence or something. The same thing could be if he convicts for negligent homicide on a murder charge. It's a lesser included offense, so you're bound with your plea bargain.
And there was no public intoxication charge against her?
I didn't charge her with public intoxication.
Just speeding.
Just speeding. Now, I would like for everybody who's listening to the program to look at the videos that are probably going to be on the internet. Because they're going to be posted by the various news organizations. You can get a copy of it if you wanna hit me with a public information request. I'd be more than happy to show you what we have.
You can just go to YouTube.
You can go to I hope it's uploaded on YouTube, and then you tell me for what you see at the police station, whether that video, how it compares to the video that was taken minutes before out on the field. And
yeah,
I was shocked when I saw not shocked, but I was surprised when I saw the video on the dash cam. But my problem was I assumed that the McAllen Police Department had sent me everything, which is to my detriment.
Would you have made the same deal with?
No. I would have put her on a pretrial diversion program.
Okay. What's ADR?
It's an alternative resolution.
Okay. Someone said she would have been, like so many people in this circumstance, would have been eligible for that.
Well, look, at the discretion of the prosecution and with the consent of the court, every person who's charged with a crime in any county where there's a DA or a county attorney, it's a discretion of the DA to recommend to the court what the state interest is in a particular case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, in this case, what would be the public interest? What's the state's interest? Do I put her to trial? And that really wouldn't be the one. It would have been the new DA, Ricardo Rodriguez. Okay. I could have been Pontius Pilate and just washed my hands and said, look, you go deal with a new guy and have him pass on this deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't going to be a Pontius Pilate. But, over the years, people know me that I want to tackle the easy cases with the difficult cases. And because that's what I was elected to do.
Here's what I don't understand, but I don't understand how the office works. This initial arrest for driving while intoxicated goes to a county court at law, not a district court.
Right.
Wouldn't the prosecutor of that court have said to you, Mr. DA, we got to get the dash cam video, which you don't, so don't knock this down to a speeding ticket yet? No, because I had this case filed because it was brought over, and I knew it was going to be something that would go viral once whatever dispositions were going to be conducted, just like Melo Ochoa and all the other judiciary people that we taken to court. Whatever I did, I knew it was going to be of public worth, and I knew ultimately that she would be judged on the videos that we had in our possession. It's easy. It's more difficult to judge when you have the opinion of one person versus when you see it on video. Now, when we take cases to court and we have videos available and the officer says that the person had slurred speech, but yet at the booking area they speak better English than the booking officer, then juries are going to have discrepancies where they have to judge the officer and his opinion versus what they see on video. In this video, unfortunately, and I don't recall it to being that poor, you can barely hear the audio on the video, the station house video. And again, you can see it for yourself. You can play it in your own computer, and you can judge it for yourself.
One more question, sir. Mm-hmm. Do you think that she's going to step down? I've read a lot of the comments on YouTube, and most of them are very negative. And so that, or do you think that time will just forgive this incident?
This is what I've learned over the years. When I first took office, my campaign was put criminals behind bars. Within 3 months of my taking over the DA's office, we had an overloaded county jail. Okay, and so what happened later on, the prisons. Now, in this deal, these people that are commenting online or whatever didn't elect Judge Nora Longoria. They weren't the only ones that voted for her election. I voted for her election and a whole bunch of other people, and she got elected to the Court of Appeals. I don't think that she should resign unless she on her own says, I have a problem of being a fair judge. If I cannot be fair, then I think she should resign. She spent a lot of money, and now her husband, who recently passed away, They spent a lot of money in this campaign. She got elected, and nobody can remove her. Yeah. I don't think the Judicial Conduct Commission will remove her. They haven't removed judges who have confessed to using their campaign funds for their personal benefit.
But they could sanction her, right?
They're going to publicly reprimand her. I think if somebody's going to throw a stone, I think the Judicial Conduct Commission should give her a public reprimand. I don't think they're going to remove her on an offense where you have a damaging video and an undamaging video.
Yeah.
He who's without sin, throw the first stone, as they say.
Rene, thank you for your time this afternoon. We appreciate it.
You have a good one.
Same to you.
If you want a video, let me know and I won't charge you.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
We'll take you up on that deal. That's the Hidalgo County District Attorney Rene Guerra would obviously be taking your
phone calls. What do you think? Are you upset? I mean,
my finger's on the dump button, so you don't need to keep
I'm just saying,
cool.
What are the odds of that? As soon as her case gets dropped, bang, video is released. And you can't, like what he says, you can't charge somebody for, again, if they already...
We're going to give you a rundown of what mostly Roxanne, has done in this, just so you know what KURV's attempts have been to what I call establish the facts. You got to have the facts before you have the opinions. Although oftentimes on talk radio, Rox and I don't have the facts. We just have opinions. At least I do.
Yeah, at least you do. Davis does, not Roxanne.
710 KURV, The Drive Home.